text signs which can be written on. We did this in my video. Very excited about that. I put a little don't forget to subscribe message, and I love it so much. The 1.6 update change log. So reading it all to you guys, and we're gonna get really excited together because I don't know what's even on this thing. And I just played my first 5 days in the game with the new Meadowlands farm, and I noticed a bunch of new things already, so they'll probably be on this list. But I'm really excited to go through this with you guys. So let's just get started. First of all, we have new content and features. So there's new festivals and events. So we're going to find out what those question marks were in spring right now. The Desert Festival is a 3-day event in spring which can be accessed after the bus is repaired. Okay, so we have to repair the bus in order to go to this festival in the desert. So that is probably not going to happen in my first spring. I'm not going to be able to afford the bus just yet, going JoJo route, but that's very exciting. 2 mini fishing festivals, Trout Derby and Squid Fest. What? When are those? Are they going to be in what seasons? I have no idea. I didn't see any of these in spring, so we'll see when those are. A new environmental event in summer. That'll be really cool. I wonder what that'll be. Added a mastery system accessed via a new area which grants powerful perks and items. So that must be where we saw you needed the 5 skills to get in that secret door, remember, by like the spring onions area. Added a new farm type, Meadowlands Farm. It has chewy bluegrass that animals love. You start with a coop and 2 chicken. Did that one. Very excited about that one and to get to know the farm layout. Added many new NPC dialogues. Yes, I already noticed some. That includes custom gift reactions, dynamic dialogues which react to things that happened. Like we saw Alex talked about us starting with new baby chickens, and he was talking about eating eggs for breakfast. So that was a dynamic dialogue which reacted to the farm that we chose in the beginning. Custom flower dance acceptance dialogue. That'll be really cool because normally they all just say, okay, I'm so excited, or accept, or restored missing dialogue, like Emily and Shane's flower dance custom accept dance dialogues when married to the player. Shane's dialogue when browsing the saloon vending machine. Lewis congratulating female farmers after their wedding, a line in Maru's 14 Heart event, 3 dialogues from Sam related to Kent, 2 randomized dialogues when an NPC buys an item you sold to a shop, 2 speech bubbles from Marnie and Robin when you enter their shop, and a fortune teller dialogue for your potential spouse. That is very much exciting. A lot of dialogue there. You can now get multiple pets. Oh my god, that's what we saw at Marnie's shop after getting max hearts with your starter pets. Okay, so we need to pet our pet Gigi every single day so we can get a dog. That will be really, really cool. And we saw when I was playing that Marnie sold extra pet houses and Robin sells extra pet bowls, so you probably have to buy those before. I wonder where you get your new pet though, from Marnie or where? Added a world map for Ginger Island, visible when visiting the island. That is so cool. You can actually see a map now on Ginger Island. I really like that. I'm excited for that. The world map now shows your actual position within the world in real time instead of showing you at a fixed point. So like instead of just showing you at the farm, it'll show you exactly where you are on the map. That is very, very helpful, especially if you're new to this game and you don't have the map memorized. You'll be able to see exactly where your player is so you know how to get back to your farm before you pass out and you can make it to your bed. Pets that love you will sometimes give you gifts. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. I can only have a cat bringing me a little gift. NPCs now have winter outfits. Excited to see that. Festivals now have map and dialogue changes every second year, except the night market and desert festival. So that's interesting because it'll keep it fresh when you keep playing this game for years and years in-game. Every second year will change the dialogues and the map, and except the night market and desert. So that'll be cool and refreshing. Added a golden Joja parrot, which you can pay to find all remaining golden walnuts on Ginger Island. Wow, that's what that bird was for, you guys. Holy macaroni. So if you're like me and you get to Ginger Island and you find like 129 golden walnuts and there's only like a couple left, and you're like, I don't know which ones I'm missing, the bird isn't giving you a great hint in Leo's house, you can pay this golden Joja parrot to find the remaining walnuts on Ginger Island. I wonder how much it costs though. That'll be really interesting to find out. Added perfection waivers, a new JoJo way to bypass perfection challenges. Interesting. So you can still reach perfection going the JoJo way or something like that. Added a prize machine in Lewis' house. You can collect prize tickets as a reward for completing quests and special orders and from repeated Egg Ice Festival wins. Oh my goodness. I wonder what the prizes will include. That's very exciting because when you play the Egg Festival multiple times, you just end up getting 2,000 gold after the first win. The first win, you'll get a straw hat, but this is an exciting way to want to continue participating in the festivals and winning so you can get these prize tickets. So that's very enticing. A bookseller now comes to town twice a season. So we saw that he's coming twice in spring, and I'm very curious to see who this is and what they're doing in our town. Added mystery boxes. Okay, cool. Added a big tree with a quest line, which ultimately gives you some new neighbors. Oh my gosh. That's what we saw over there by Marnie's and where the traveler cart usually is. We saw these big giant trees. We saw one big tree that you can actually walk up to. So excited about that. Added 4 new crops: carrots, summer squash, broccoli, and powder melon, which can't be purchased at the store, and 2 new giant crops. You guys, I have so much research to do in this game. This is insane. Look at all those new crops. Added 4 new home renovations: dining room, attic, expanded corner room, and cubby. Oh, I'm so excited. Like, imagine all the things you can expand in your house now. You can renovate, you can decorate it. I really am curious to see what this attic will be like. Will there be like a window up there or like a view of the farm? I don't know. That would be really cool. Added new items like a big chest, which has almost double the size of a regular chest. It can be placed onto a regular chest to upgrade it. Oh, that's cool. So you don't have to take all your stuff out and move it over. A dehydrator. We saw this in Pierre's, the recipe for it, which turns fruit into dried fruit and mushrooms into dried mushrooms. A mushroom log, which produces mushrooms and interacts with nearby trees. Bait maker, which can produce fish-specific baits. That's very interesting. So you can make more specific custom baits for specific fish you're trying to catch. Like if you're trying to catch pufferfish, for example, maybe we'll have a specific bait we can make for that. Who knows? Heavy furnace, which can process more bars at a time. Oh, thank you. I love that. And yield bonus bars. I love that too. Thank you. Fish smoker, which produces smoked fish, doubling the value of the fish. You get one by default when starting a new Riverlands farm. Very, very cool there. I want one anyways on the Meadowlands farm. So how will I get it? We will have to find out. Maybe we need to level up fishing to get a fish smoker recipe. I don't know. I'm excited about that. I want to make more money off of fish. It doubles the value of fish. We can make so much money off of this fish smoker potentially. Text signs, which can be written on. We did this in my video. Very excited about that. I put a little don't forget to subscribe message, and I love it so much. I'm probably going to put text signs all over my farm in the future. Anvil, which allows you to re-roll trinkets. What does that even mean? I don't think I know. Comment below if you understand this one right here. Mini forge, which acts as a dwarvish forge. Statue of blessings, which grants a random blessing each day. I love that. That's very interesting. Maybe like you'll get +1 luck or +1 forging each day, something like that would be really cool. Statue of the Dwarf King, which allows you to select one of 2 mining buffs for the day. That's cool as well. Tent kits, which allow you to build a tent which can be slept in for 1 night. Oh my god. That is so cool, you guys. That means you can go to sleep like next to Linus or in the mines or who knows, at the beach. You can just tent it up at the beach or in the forest by the wizard's tower. You can just tent it up and hit the hay and go to sleep right there. That's amazing. Treasure totems, which spawn a ring of diggable spots. I love that. I want that and I want to try it and I want to dig all the spots and get a bunch of clay. Mystic seeds, which grow a unique tree, which can be tapped. Oh my goodness. I'm so overwhelmed with all this new information right now, you guys. I'm surprised at how much there really is. I think we all knew there would be a lot because it's ConcernedApe after all, but this much new stuff is just mind-boggling. Deluxe bait gets fish biting faster than regular bait. Challenge bait, which allows for up to 3 fish to be caught at once, but loses 1 each time a fish leaves the bobber bar. What? That sounds really fun. I want to try this challenge bait. Deluxe worm bin, which upgrades the regular worm bin to produce deluxe bait. Love that. 19 unique books of power, which grant special perks. Love that. Skill books, which grant experience in a skill. Book of stars, which grants experience in all skills. Moss, a new resource type which grows on old trees. Mixed flower seeds. I love that. Sonar bobber, which shows the fish on your line before you catch it. That's good to know. Raisins, which have a special use. What does that mean? What is the special use? Oh my goodness. Sea jelly, river jelly, and cave jelly, a new item that you can fish up. And we did fish up the river jelly. You guys remember that? And I sold it and it was like 125 gold. And you can eat it for 75 energy and 33 health. I remember that was very cool. 7 trinkets, which grant powers related to combat. Interesting. Red, purple, and green fireworks. I want to light some off. Star drop tea, which makes an excellent gift for anyone. Love it. 25 new hats. What? Are you joking me? 280 new furniture. Oh my god. That includes those cat towers and cat trees and dog houses probably from Marnie's. Those are possibly in this new furnitures. I really want to get the furniture catalog now and go see what's new. New unique furniture catalogs which contain themed furniture sets. What? For somebody like me who doesn't know how to put things together and make good decorations, a furniture set would be very helpful for me, and I'm very excited to see this. 41 new floor styles, 24 new wallpaper styles, golden animal crackers. What does that mean? Oh, I'm so excited. Mannequins which can be dressed, so you can dress them up with your favorite outfits like prismatic pants, prismatic hats, who knows. Spouse portraits which can be purchased after reaching 14 hearts, and you can put them up on your wall. That's amazing. Butterfly powder, which allows you to remove pets. Oh, how sad. Bluegrass starter, moss soup. Secret items. What is the secret item? Tell me now. Added a goby fish. Where do we catch it? Who knows? We'll have to find out. Added some new remix bundles. Love that. You can now place hats on cats and dogs. We know that. We're very excited about that. You can now upgrade the copper pan into steel, gold, and iridium. That's amazing. You can now enchant pans with archaeologist, generous, fisher, and reaching. Wow. Added a special items and powers tab to replace the wallet. The wallet area now tracks a selection of progress markers. Added an animals tab that shows all your pets and animals. We saw that. You can now build pet bowls in Robin's shop with 3 variants. We saw that. Very exciting. The farmhouse and pet bowl can now be moved through Robin's menu. You can move the farmhouse, you guys. I'm gonna cry. You can move the farmhouse. Imagine the possibilities for decorating now, you guys. Oh my god. That's amazing. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. The farm computer can now be used anywhere to see a summary of that location instead of only the farm. Wow. The mini, so you can, maybe you can see what's at the beach or something. That would be so cool. The mini jukebox can now be used on the Ginger Island farm. Added a new interaction with your horse. What is that? I don't know. Added a new side tunnel to the quarry mine. Interesting. We gotta go check that out. The community center fish tank now becomes an actual fish tank when you complete it. Oh my god. I have always tried to throw fish into it and tried to do that, but it won't let you. So that is very exciting. Now I want to do the community center route, but I want to do remix bundles because he added new remix. So maybe I won't do JoJo route. But I don't have the remix bundles, so I don't know. We'll see. Added more secrets and Easter eggs. Added 2 new cat and dog breeds. Added turtle pets? No way. Really? Added 8 new achievements, 4 new cabin variants. Oh, I love that. Added a few more accessory options in character creation. We saw that. I got my little blush on. Added a new bobber machine in Willie's shop with 39 bobber styles to choose from. New styles unlocked by catching new kinds of fish. Added a cameo appearance to Maru's 14 heart event. Who is the cameo appearance? I'm very, very excited. Now I need to get Maru to 14 hearts and Mirror or something. Emily has a new rare socialized daily quest if you've completed the introduction quest. Cool. You can now add anchors, treasure chests, and pearls to fish tanks. Oh, that's exciting. You can really decorate these fish tanks really cute now with the treasure chest and a pearl in there. Pierre now sells a few random items at the Winter Star booth at a markup. Added a jingling sound when running with the CinderClown shoes on. Cute. Baby Toss now has a chance to crit, so you can throw your baby up like really high or something, or you can hurt your baby from throwing. I don't know. You can pick up your baby in the crib and throw them, if you guys didn't know. Added a Skull Cavern statue that can be used to toggle hard mode in the Skull Cavern after completing Keys challenge. What? That's cool. So you can toggle on and off hard mode. I hate hard mode to begin with. I hate regular mode to begin with, but that's pretty cool. Added additional chests to Skull Cavern levels 200 and 300. We're gonna have to go there, you guys, somehow, some way. Added unique Skull Cavern chest appearance for level 100, 200, and 300 chests. We're gonna have to go see that. Added a high note C5 to the flute block. Added Iridium Golem to Wilderness Farm. See changes for mod authors. Okay, that's a lot. And we're still going. We're still going. Visual improvements around the valley. Added waterfalls. Added more holiday decorations in winter. Added more pathstones to various maps. Added jack-o'-lanterns after the Stardew Valley Fair in fall. Added seasonal world map variants. That's so nice. Added a new rare ambient critter. What does that mean? Is it like a very rare golden frog or like something like that? Added an uncommon little brown bird variant. Added some rare butterfly variants in summer. Redrew the world map to better match the in-game locations and be more detailed. Chef's kiss. Boat journey textures are now seasonal and reflect the latest valley map. Wow. The bus stop now has a wider map. I noticed that right away, though the distance to traverse it is the same. This is to prevent black bars from appearing at the sides of the screen. Perfect. Jelly, pickles, wines, and juices are now colored based on the ingredient item. So no more purple wines for every single wine you make. It'll be color-coded to the type of wine you made. I love it. Slight adjustment to the way items pop out when dug from the ground. Interesting. Updated volcano gold or node sprite. Some trees have a chance to lose their leaves in fall. River banks and lake shores in the mountain town and forest areas are now less jagged in some places. Graphical improvements to building interiors. Improve the art of George and Evelyn's roof. If you destroy a mine's chest, it now shows some graphics debris. Added special black plates to Fortune Teller TV show if you get a perfectly good or perfectly bad luck day. I want to notice that. I want to see that. Lighting changes. It now gets dark an hour earlier in winter. Night tiles now activate an hour earlier in all seasons, like town lamps. Indoor daytime lighting now smoothly transitions to night lighting over the course of 2 hours. Night lighting in non-farmhouse indoor locations is now darker. Farmhouse lighting on rainy days is now slightly moody, and lights stay on all day. Love that. TVs and trees of the Winter Star now give off light at night. That's really cute, guys. Our Christmas tree will light up at night. I added light sources to window light glow so there are no more dark but lit windows. Made some improvements to the intro bus drive cutscene. At night, hats are now drawn at the nighttime color in the game menu portraits. Removed lighting quality option. It's now permanently set to ultra quality. The submerged fishing bobber is now recolored automatically to match the water. Multiplayer changes. You can now have up to 8 players on PC. So comment below, be my friend, and we will do a 8-player co-op. Many improvements for multiplayer performance and stability, including Steam players will now use Steam multiplayer authentication, potentially improving connection issues significantly. I love that because sometimes my sister, she gets kicked out all the time, you know? Large multiplayer packets are now compressed, reducing bandwidth usage and latency. Internal optimizations to data syncing. You now need the same build number in addition to version to join a multiplayer save server. This prevents crashes due to game changes between builds. Accepting a key challenge that increases mine difficulty now only kicks other players out. Affected mine type, not all mines. Purple shorts no longer show a chat message when placed into the luau soup. Interesting. Jump down mineshaft sound now plays for all players in the level rather than just the jumper. Balance changes. Added a box with 3 tent kits to the Ginger Island jungle. Oh, that's really nice. So then when you go to Ginger Island, you can use one of your tents to stay the night there. So you don't have to like go back to Stardew Valley, pay the 1,000 the next day, go back and forth until you unlock your Ginger Island farm. Weapons found in the wild now have a chance to come with a basic init enchantment. You can reroll init enchantments if the weapon could have one at the forge using a dragon tooth. Cool. Slime hutches are now significantly smaller. 11 by 6 to 7 by 4. Interesting. Farm animals now gain a little happiness if you close the animal door behind them at night. I should have done that in my first 5 days. I didn't do it, you guys. Grass now survives in the winter, though it won't spread. However, cutting grass during winter is much less effective. The mushroom cave now comes with a free dehydrate. We're gonna have to go with mushroom. Changed recipe skill requirements for charcoal kiln, cookout kit, survival burger, tapper, and worm bin. Price changes. Most home renovations now cost money, which is refunded if you undo the renovation. The game knows whether you bought it though, so refunding a pre 1.6 renovation won't give you free money. Reduced fairy dust sell price. Reduced tea sapling sell price. Some people are going to be very angry at this one. Reduced life elixir sell price. Building cabins no longer requires materials, only the 100G price. I like that. Raised price of second house upgrade to 65,000. Wow. But reduced number of hardwood needed. Okay, good. Reduced worm bins, hardwood needed. Increased cost of warp totems, farming casino. Raised price of bombs in dwarf shop. Oh no, I love my dwarf shop. Raised some hat prices from Hat Mouse. I'm excited about those 40 new hats too, you guys. I think it said above. Shop changes. Put limits on some casino stuff. You can now buy all brazier recipes in Robin's shop at once instead of in sequence. Very nice. Item drop changes. Chopping down a fruit tree now yields the appropriate fruit sapling. If the tree is mature, the fruit quality is basic. It will yield a sapling with the same quality as its fruit. The higher the quality, the faster the sapling will grow or mature. And that is very nice because, you know, if you guys want to relocate your fruit trees, now when you cut them down, you'll actually get another sapling, which I love that. Chopping down a tea bush now gives back a tea sapling. I love that too. So you can relocate your tea saplings. There's now a small chance to find cosmetic items and other goodies while doing random tasks. That's awesome. I just want to get a random hat for doing something random. Please give it to me. Snake vertebra are now easier to get. Train cars which carry wood can now drop hardwood. Santa's train car can now drop gifts. Oh my goodness. Reduced prismatic shard drop rate from iridium nodes. 4% to 3.5%, you guys. So that's interesting. So we're going to have a harder time getting those prismatic shards, it seems like. Rare yellow slimes now drop money. What? I want to find some yellow slimes, you guys, and get some money. Brown slimes now drop wood. Doesn't affect the copper slimes in the quarry mine. Botanist perk now applies to items dropped from trees like coconuts. Reduced chance of fishing. Void mayonnaise at the witch swamp. Okay. Gift taste changes. Adjusted gift taste for several NPCs. Treasure chests are now a universally liked gift, except Linus. Skill XP changes. Mushroom logs and mushroom boxes now grant 5 foraging XP on harvest. Harvesting berry bushes now grants 1 foraging XP per berry. Harvesting forage crops from wild seeds now give much less foraging XP, but grant some farming experience. So you will not get a lot of foraging XP anymore by planting wild seeds. That's monsters on the farm now give combat XP, but it's 1/3 of normal value. This excludes slime hutch slime. Cool. I know a lot of people wanted XP from that, so that's nice, even though 1/3 of normal value. Adjusted combat extended the area of effect of downward facing melee attacks and slightly extended the side attack of daggers. Topaz ring now gives +1 defense rather than the unused precision stat. Raised insect heads damage. Good, because I love the insect head weapon. Raised cudgel's critical attack power. That's a lot. Bombs now affect terrain features like trees and crops within the round explosion radius rather than a square area. Slightly increased rate at which skeletons throw bones or shoot spells at you. Love that. Adjusted Junimo cart. Added grace jumps in Junimo cart. When you run off the track, you can still jump for a short time to recover. Your score is now saved if the minigame forcibly exits while playing endless mode. Noxious gas emitting mushrooms no longer appear in pairs. Reduced bubble spawn rate on whale level. I've never got that far in Junimo cart, so I will have to see about. Adjusted machines. Worm bins now need a lower fishing level and produce more bait. Loom now has a higher chance of double cloth when processing quality wool. That's really nice. Fish ponds now have a chance to produce extra roe whenever they produce roe. Geode crushers no longer require coal to operate. Oh my. I love that so much. Oh my god. Adjusted penalties when knocked unconscious. You can no longer lose the golden scythe, infinity weapons, or tools. That's nice. You can no longer lose more than 3 items. The amount of money lost now scales to how much you have. It's now less punishing if you don't have much money, but more punishing if you have a lot of money. This also raises the maximum lost from 5,000 to 15,000 gold. Imagine losing 15,000. But if you have a lot, I guess bad. But adjusted food buffs. Joja Cola now gives you a very short speed buff. Green tea now gives 0.5 speed. That's amazing. I've been waiting for tea to do kind of what coffee does. Mine and dungeon changes. Added coal nodes to the volcano dungeon. Barrels now spawn on skull cavern levels divisible by 5. So there's going to be coal nodes now in the volcano. Reduce the maximum possible effect a bad luck day can have on finding a prismatic slime. Reduced number of bugs to kill for monster slayer goal from 125 to 80. Bundle change. Made remixed specialty fish bundle and analog reward 5 dish of the sea to make it consistent with the classic bundle. River fish bundle now gives deluxe bait. Improved some community center rewards. This makes me want to do community center, you guys, and also want to do a remixed bundle. Adjusted crafting recipes. Speed grow now requires 5 moss instead of 1 clam. Deluxe speed grow now requires 5 bone fragments instead of 1 coral. That's actually easier, I think, to have the bone fragments, but for moss, I don't know. I haven't seen moss yet. Quality fertilizer now requires 4 sap instead of 2, but produces 2 per craft, still only requiring 1 fish. Spouse changes. Spouses now have a 7-day honeymoon period after marriage, which prevents them from laying in bed all day due to being upset. Kissing your spouse and giving them a gift on the previous day each reduce the minimum heart level threshold for a bedridden day by 1 heart if you do both. Friendship gain is reduced by 33% for spouses. Rebalance the crop fairy event. The chance no longer depends on the number of planted crops. It can no longer happen on the last day of the season to avoid growing crops that might die overnight, and it can no longer choose dead crops to grow. Cool. Increase the shaving enchantment's effect on giant crops. The mushroom cave now provides mushrooms every 2nd day. It was unintentionally changed to daily in Stardew 5. You can no longer plant trees in the beach farm tunnel. Randomization no longer produces simple repeating patterns in many cases, like clay farming, mushroom level prediction, crab pot fish offset. You can enable use legacy randomization in the advanced save options to use the old randomization, though some specific patterns may still change due to the underlying changes. That option is mainly intended for speedrunners. Most players should keep it disabled for the intended experience. So you still could clay farm if you want to with advanced save options. Spreading weeds can no longer destroy artifact spots. Increase the number of monsters that daily monster quests will ask you to slay. In some cases, added more custom quantities. For example, dust spirits will ask for 10 to 20 kills instead of like 2 of them, I think it was, or 5. Tilled dirt on the island farm now decays in the same way as the regular farm. Slightly increased time you have to push against farm animals before passing through them. Slightly boosted quarry output. Daily quarry output now increases each year up to a limit. You can no longer plant trees in town. Secret notes are no longer created during festivals except passive festivals like the night market and desert festival. Adjusted fish variety in ice fishing festival. Minor, but we love to see it. Alright guys, now we're on to quality of life changes. This is a long list. Oh my goodness. Okay, quality of life changes. Performance improvements. NPCs now shove chests out of their way instead of destroying them. If Pam won't be coming to the bus for any reason, she now leaves a sign informing you, and you can drive yourself to the desert. Audio changes. Made more sounds positional, mainly players, tools, and machines. Positional sounds now fade with distance when off screen instead of cutting off abruptly. Softened the bomb fuse sound. The music now ducks out and then resumes when certain sounds are played instead of stop. You can now strafe while charging a watering can or hoe, allowing you to reposition your tool hit area without changing your facing direction. That's nice. You can now refill slingshot ammo by right-clicking it with the same ammo. Previously, that would just swap the item stacks. Planting cactus seeds on the farm now fails with a message instead of the seeds dying overnight. Holding a tea sapling or seed over a garden plot now shows the green-red placement tile. You can no longer pick up rugs if there's something on it. Oh my god, I love that one. I always pick up my rug on accident, then I have to pick up everything off the table and the chairs, and then I have to put the rug back down, and then I have to fix it. So I love that one. Checking a pet bowl will now show a text bubble with the pet's name. Aww. Added a new post fishing sparkling text to indicate when you've caught something for the first time. We did see that one. Torches can now be placed on sprinklers. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. You can now sit in chairs during festivals. You can now move filled chests by hitting them twice with a heavy tool. Previously only bare hand. The chests will shift one space at a time. You can now place flooring underneath most buildings. Oh my god, I love crystallariums now have to be removed and replaced before a different gem can be put inside to help avoid wasting gems accidentally. Love that so much. Oh my god. Daily billboard quests now have a more informative tracker notification when you make progress on them. Added a small checkmark icon on special orders you've completed before, only on town special orders board. You can now skip the pet adoption scene, which causes you to adopt the pet. Reduce the amount of time you need to push against a pet before they start shaking and let you pass through them. 1.5 to 0.75 seconds. So now we can make it to bed on. Reduced time for mini obelisk warp. Male farmers are no longer forced into wedding clothes on their wedding day, so you can choose your own outfit for the wedding. Emptying a fish pond with fish still in it will cause the remaining fish to flop out of the pond, so you don't have to sit there and manually fish them all out if you want to keep. I love that. Slime hutch changes. You can now change the flooring of the slime hutch. You can now remove the starter incubator in the slime hutch. Slime balls no longer appear on crafted flooring. Interesting. UI improvements. Added an hourglass cursor shown when you're waiting for something to load on the title screen. Notification messages in the bottom left corner now last 50% longer before going away. That's really nice. Sound in the night events now show an icon on the screen to indicate that a sound is playing. Dialogue question. Selectors no longer remain selected when you hover away from them to reduce accidental selections. Robin's building menu now shows how many days a building will take. Marnie's Animal Shop now centers the camera on an appropriate building when purchasing an animal. Marnie's Animal Shop now shows prices in the tooltip in case the tooltip covers the price display. If an item menu exists while you're holding an item, the item is now always retrieved. Previously, only some item menus like chests would do it. The achievement menu now lists all potential achievements. Hidden achievements you haven't unlocked yet are shown as question mark. The museum reward menu now prevents picking up a reward that won't fit in your inventory. The museum reward now lets you exit while holding a reward. It'll be added to your inventory if possible, otherwise it'll drop at your feet. The save creation farm selector now has 2 columns instead of 1 and no longer overlaps the back button on the small screen. The shipping menu category pages no longer take up the whole screen as long as the screen is beyond a minimum size. Inventory tooltips for food that gives a buff now shows the buff duration in the tooltip. Nice. The map now closes when you press the map button again. Exiting the Junimo note menu from within the game menu now returns to where you were in the game menu rather than exit the menu. Shops now truncate item names which would overflow the menu width. Shops now have a slight delay before you can buy/sell items to help avoid double clicks doing it accidentally. Deleting a save on PC is now much faster. Be careful with that. Significantly reduced save loading time when there are many custom locations. If a default farm building like the greenhouse is somehow removed, it'll now be rebuilt next time you load the save. Menu background is now a drop-down option which includes standard, graphical, or none. Attempting to put something in a machine but failing will no longer cause you to try and consume or activate the object you're holding. Kent intro event and Robin flute block event are now skippable. On PC, you can now shift and right-click an item on the toolbar to throw it out of your inventory, if possible. Shift and right-click an item on the toolbar to throw it out of your inventory, if possible. I'm gonna have to try it. You can now press the Y or N key to confirm or cancel the Leave Festival confirmation box. Holding left shift plus left control when buying from a shop will attempt to buy a stack of 909 plus 1. Left shift plus left control plus 1. Other changes. Adventure Guild now stays open until 2 a.m. though the music will not play after midnight. I love that. Oh my god, it should never close at 10 p.m. I mean, sometimes I leave the mines at 1 a.m. so should definitely stay open until 2 a.m. Gender specific clothing can now be worn by any gender. If you have 12 hearts or more with your spouse, the chance they'll say a neutral dialogue in the afternoon is significantly lower. Penny's Forest Picnic event and Leah's Forest Picnic event now only happen if it's sunny. NPCs now try to avoid walking through trees and other terrain features. Cabins have been combined into one entry in Robin's menu. Replace pet icons on the inventory tab with the current date. The organize button now sorts items in a more intelligent way. Interesting. What's the more intelligent way? You can now drink mayonnaise and jelly and eat pickles. Oh my god. The day has come. Some colored objects now count as their color for key quest and die menu. Clam is now considered a fish, just like all the other shellfish. Added more descriptive titles to daily quests. Added Cyrillic sprite text and some translated word pixel art text. Adjusted the date time money box in Chinese. The about page now shows the build number. Skull Caves now have a chance to also play music from the upper mines. Changed parrot flap sound to be different from bat flaps. Pans now have a chance to yield bone fragments. There's just so many things, you guys. I'm gonna cry. Okay. Made the character cut randomization a little less random and added some of the newer hairstyles and accessories to the mix. I didn't see any new hairstyles when I clicked through them all, but I'll have to go back and see. Pan no longer yields the same thing if you pan in the same spot twice in a day. The about page no longer hides the version if a tip message is shown. The order that you'll get forge enchantments is now unique per player rather than per farm. The Ginger Island Shrine item pedestals are now normal items. Modded players can spawn them to display items decoratively, though they are not obtainable in vanilla currently. Map no longer closes if you click on an area of interest. Fixed some NPC schedules that weren't previously applied, like Lewis visiting the library on winter Sundays, Maru and Penny hanging out on summer Sundays, Maru tinkering on summer Mondays. After reaching 6 hearts with some NPCs, they won't visit their rival love interest anymore. This affects Alex visiting Haley, Elliot visiting Leah, and Haley visiting Alex. That will help some people from getting pissed off. Oh my goodness. If you're fishing when the pirate cave changes to pirate mode, you will catch your fish. Fixed artifacts found in fishing chests, not counting for the collection tab. Fixed fishing crash. If a treasure chest appears while the player has a large number of stacked fishing buffs. There is a lot of things fixed on this list. These are all gameplay fixes. Alright guys, NPC fixes. Dialogue fixes. Fixed NPCs not having custom dialogue when accepting a movie invite for non-English players. Fixed Abigail showing both default and custom item delivery dialogue. Fixed Lewis skipping his final dialogue at the Festival of Ice on subsequent player wins. Fixed the fortune teller nearly always showing the text for your combat skill instead of your highest skill. Fixed issue where an NPC who bought an iridium quality item you sold at the shop could show a low item quality dialogue for it. Fixed issue where NPC dialogue could reveal gift taste for an invalid item. Fixed monster grave text only shown in English. Fixed wrong message shown when placing indoors only furniture outside. Fixed the Krobus first dwarf event able to happen on Friday. Fixed giving a gift not counting toward socialization quests. Fixed invisible spouses asking to have children. What? Invisible spouses. Fixed able to invite Leo to the movies before he moves to the valley. Fixed able to interact with NPCs during the ice fishing event. Fixed NPC spouse chores sometimes not applied on the intended day, saying they've filled the pet water bowl, but it's not filled. Excuse me. Fixed NPC spouses watering crops that don't need it, and almost never showing the crops were already watered dialogue. Fixed NPCs sometimes not reacting to dumpster diving if the horse is nearby. Fixed penny losing items when redecorating if they were placed on a stone slab or a custom table without table in the name. Alright, multiplayer fixes. Lots of fixes for playing with multiplayer. So, mitigated potential remote code execution issue, possibly fixed frequent disconnections for some players, fixed old incorrect Steam display names being shown in some cases, fixed copy and paste for invite codes on some Linux, Mac OS platforms, fixed issue where the mines were checking for the luck level of players in the host's current location rather than players in the mines, fixed phantom action cursor over backwoods gravestone if the current player hasn't seen the related event yet, fixed global chat info messages like Abigail caught player 9 digging through the trash, sometimes showing text in the sender's language instead of fixed egg festival requiring 12 eggs to win if there are 5+ players. It now applies the 4-player requirement to any player count beyond that. Oh, so you have to get more eggs to win if you're in multiplayer. Fixed farmhands sometimes able to walk out of bounds at festivals. Fixed farmhands who disconnected while fishing, sometimes stuck frozen and reconnect. Fixed farmhands who disconnected while playing a minigame. Lots of fixing farmhands abilities to do things and disconnecting. Fixed farmhands experiencing latency, able to click on the horse. Fixed farmhands able to collect multiple statues of perfection. Fixed farmhands unable to enter a movie without all players. Fixed farmhands local effects, sometimes based on host data. Fixed farmhands prismatic shards, sometimes spawning at the host's location instead. That would be nice for me, the host. Just kidding. Fixed farmhands rings leaving lights behind when they disconnect. Fixed a lot of farmhands. So you guys, this is the gist of all of the 1.6.0 update of Stardew Valley, and now I just want to get back to playing because I want to try all these things like putting a torch on top of a sprinkler. That sounds really fun. I want to put a hat on my cat, and I just want to go play. So stay tuned for the next video, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay cozy.